This is a brief high-level tutorial on how I built my buttons for the project for CIS 145. I built the buttons in Photoshop, and this is basically what I did. So I downloaded a picture that I liked, and I used the cutout tool, and in my case I used a lasso tool, which is this here, and I circled around. Of course I did a much better job, but I just want to give you the idea of what it looks like. Circle around it here, and that'll highlight. And then I use my eraser tool. I selected the inverse, and then I was able to erase everything around my button so that the button was more freeform. Deselect that. Then I typed in home across here, which when unhidden looks like this. This was the first button, the button that you see when you first get on the site. But in order to see whether or not the button was selected, what I did was I added some effects to it. So you go to your effects bar and hit your bevel and emboss, which shows up like this. I had bevel and contour, and then I came down and did an outer glow. Hit OK on that, and as you can see now there's an outer glow. So I saved this button as well into my images folder, and that is how I set up the buttons. So after I created my two images in Photoshop, then I'm coming over to my Insert tab in Dreamweaver, going to Image Objects, Rollover Images. And I'm going to find my two objects. The first one is the button that you'll see when you open the page. The second one is the button that we see when we roll over or highlight the button for clicking. Hit OK, and there's our new button. And now, of course it's very large, I'm not going to shrink it down here, but now we can preview it in Chrome. And this is our preview, and as you can see, when I highlight over it, it changes to the highlighted look. And then of course when I click on it, this one's linked to nothing, but if it was linked to something, it would go to my link. And that's how I made my buttons.